much more money do I need?
Modern education is facing modern challenges that can put students in difficult situations they're eager to escape. Students in Pennsylvania public schools have few options if they're unsatisfied with their home district.
This is a public education problem.
The state commissioned brick-and-mortar charter schools in 1997, followed by cyber charter schools in 2002, giving parents and students an alternative to traditional public schools. PA Cyber CEO Brian Hayden says every student has a unique reason for choosing charter.
It could be a bullying incident. It could be anxiety that they have about going to school. It could be the decisions a teacher makes.
We also have students that come here for families that have busy lives.
Think on that this week.
Pennsylvania's cyber charter landscape is now the largest in the country, with at least 61,000 students enrolled in cyber charter schools. That's more than double the next closest state. Commonwealth Charter Academy is the largest cyber school in the state, serving 27,000 students. Tim Eller, CCA's Vice President of Outreach and Government Relations, says these schools are predominantly publicly funded.
We're all public employees, our salaries are public, so it's very frustrating that we keep getting tied in, that we're a private entity being funded with taxpayer dollars, and that couldn't be the furthest thing from the truth.
Our students are public school students and our families are public school families.
Charter schools are public schools, but they receive funding a little differently. They do receive some federal dollars, but when a student chooses to leave a traditional public school in favor of a charter, a portion of the money the home district would pay to educate that child goes to the charter school instead. Just how much the charter school receives may vary, and we got a wide range of answers when we asked for an average amount. Commonwealth Charter Academy said charters receive about 70% of what a traditional public school would spend on a student. PA Cyber said it was closer to 75%. The Commonwealth Foundation said charters receive 83% of what a home district pays, while the Pennsylvania School Boards Association said it's 88% on average. Nathan Benefield is Senior Vice President of the Commonwealth Foundation.
So they actually get less per student. The district keeps money even when they don't have the student to educate anymore.
You know, our families, our students should have the same rights to the education that they're paying for, regardless of what public school they're going to.
Proponents of traditional public schools see it differently. In a recent Pennsylvania School Boards Association survey, districts identified charter school payments as their top budget concern this year. PSBA's Education and Policy Director Andrew Christ authored the report.
When a student leaves a school district and enrolls in a charter school, they leave behind several stranded costs. Utilities, teacher salaries, all of those stay the same regardless of that student leaving the school district and going to a charter school, except now the school district has anywhere from $15,000 to $50,000 less than they did before. So I think there's definitely an incentive on the part of school districts to try to bring those kids back.
It is a budget pressure for us. There's no question. And I think most of my colleagues would agree that charter schools are a good option. People should have choice. But in terms of what we do, in terms of the cost that we expend versus what we pay them, if a student enrolls, the dollars go.
Whether a student chooses a brick-and-mortar charter school or a cyber charter school, the funding is the same. While cyber school instruction is virtual, Commonwealth Charter Academy says it operates 15 buildings for students to take tests and receive tech support. PA Cyber says its 9 regional offices offer important in-person services.
It's expensive to educate 11,000 students. I think sometimes people forget that technology is very expensive. No school district has as many tech people as we do.
We have to ship every kid that attends our school a laptop technology to access our system. Just because we're an online school doesn't mean we don't have tech support costs, we don't have state testing costs. And I think where a lot of people don't seem to recognize where costs come in is when we have students, special ed students, students with special needs, where we provide in-home services.
Well, in our next half hour, Marcia will examine how much cyber charter schools are spending and break down cyber students' performance in last year's state testing. That is still to come at 10:30.